In Alabama, a 13-year-old was found dead in a wooded area last month after she was beheaded. She was beheaded because apparently she saw two men stab her grandmother to death. The grisly details of Mariah Lopez and her slaying came out during a preliminary hearing of Yanni Martinez Aguilar. Aguilar, 26, and Israel Gonzalez Palomino, he's 34, are each charged with 2 counts of capital murder in the deaths of Lopez and her 49-year-old grandmother and legal guardian. He's also, one of them is also charged with possession of methamphetamines. Members of the middle school family wept as an investigator testified about the death of the mother and the child. Apparently, Aguilar told detectives that Mendoza was involved with a cartel, the Sinaloa cartel. Do you know anything about them? Mm-hmm. What about them?
It's, I think, the second biggest cartel in Mexico.
Okay, let's see, you're wrong again. One of the most powerful.
All right.
Trafficking. Second. Anyway, they came up here from Mexico, and they went to Georgia, where they picked up a quarter kilo of meth for the cartel. Along the way, something went wrong, and Palomino became suspicious that Mendoza and Garcia, also tied to the cartel, might be setting him up. So they ended up at Grandma's house. They found a text sent during the drug run in Georgia, which asked an unknown woman to pick up her grandmother, who was Palomino's wife, because she feared that she and her grandmother were in danger. On June 4th, the men woke Mendoza at their Huntsville home and told her that they were taking her and Lopez, who had special needs, someplace safe. Well, that someplace safe was heaven. They stabbed the grandmother multiple times, leaving her for dead. Lopez, who witnessed her grandmother's slaying, was taken to a wooded area 2.5 miles from the cemetery, where one of the guys said, the other guy forced me to kill her. He apparently took a knife to this child of special needs and sawed her head off. It apparently took some time.
Good, decent, hardworking family people, you know.
Now, I don't know, maybe the 13-year-old and grandmother were not here legally either. But I don't put them in the same category as I do the people who were sawing heads off. Now, maybe grandma was involved in the drug deal as well, which it looks like. So, do we care less about this story? How can somebody be beheaded in this country? How can someone, a 13-year-old girl of special needs, have her head sawed off? And that doesn't make the news. How is that possible?
You have to have a pretty firm agenda not to report on that. Because look at the things they report on. I mean, if this fits their agenda, they're all over it and it's everywhere. But this doesn't fit the agenda. So they'll just talk about ripping babies out of the arms of their mothers instead.
Yeah. Which Hillary did again